basically. This review is hella late, I know, but man, was X-Men Apocalypse boring. At one point during the movie, and I'm not even joking about this, I was thinking about what I could order at Whataburger after the movie was finished. I was thinking about ordering a number 5, which is a bacon cheeseburger, and I was gonna substitute the fries for onion rings and get a sweet tea. So good! I was thinking about fast food during a fucking movie. That says a lot about the excitement level in X-Men Apocalypse. But that doesn't mean that the film didn't have its moments. I thought the Wolverine cameo was pretty awesome. Gets me excited to see his first R-rated film, but his final one is Wolverine. To be honest, I don't think you can really have a Wolverine film unless it's rated R. Jean Grey was another awesome part of this film. When she turned into the Phoenix to defeat Apocalypse, I was like, boo! I really enjoyed that, especially since rumor has it that the next X-Men film might be set in the 90s, and our X-Men might be fighting or trying to control the Phoenix. Perfect way for them to set up the next film if they want to go that route, but I do want to say that easily the best part of this film and the last film was Quicksilver. His scenes in this movie are the best, whether he's saving every single person from a school that has blown up for the millionth time, except Cyclops' brother, or kicking Apocalypse's ass. Quicksilver was the best part of this film. And call me crazy, but am I the only one that thinks this Quicksilver belongs in the MCU? He totally fits their style, and I'm surprised the MCU didn't think of it first. It kind of sucks that they already introduced their own Quicksilver, because if there is ever any type of crossover, you can expect not to see the X-Men Quicksilver in the MCU. Unless Quicksilver runs to a different universe or brings the X-Men to the MCU without having to explain their screwed up, doesn't make any sense timeline. Would never happen. The MCU has worked too hard to establish their universe to randomly allow the X-Men to show up. That was the good stuff. Now let's talk about the bad stuff. First off, Apocalypse was weak. Did he have some cool abilities? Yeah, but he didn't seem strong or terrifying at all. Apocalypse is supposed to be the Thanos, our dark side of the X-Men universe, and he got punked out pretty quick. I'll admit that I like that they tried to make him seem powerful by fighting everybody and Professor X in his mind at the same time, but it totally didn't do anything for me. Plus, I wish he would have actually grown in reality and not in the freaking psychic state. Anyways, Apocalypse was bad, but not as bad as his 4 horsemen. Storm sucked. She was almost as pointless as Jubilee. Archangel was always one of my favorite characters in the comics, but he was terrible here. Magneto was fine, but I kind of wish he would have done a little bit more than just having freaking metal circles floating around him. And then we had sexy Olivia Munn as Shylock, who I believed was going to steal the show. Nope! She turned out to be a huge disappointment. If you saw the trailer where she cuts the car in half and fights Beast, you basically saw all of Psylocke's parts. She hardly had any screen time. We didn't learn anything about her except that she's not a team player and that she looks hella sexy. But seriously, the best thing about Shylock was at least the costume was close to the comic one. Oh yeah, it looks like after 16 years the X-Men have finally got their costumes, but it doesn't really matter because am I the only one thinks that they should reboot already? Let's be serious, guys and gals, the X-Men franchise isn't great. I know a lot of people gave DC shit because they didn't have their own Kevin Feige watching over things, but they do now have Jeff Johns, so that leaves everybody pointing fingers at Fox and the X-Men franchise. Who's running the show over there? Bryan Singer, the guy that used a 5th X-Men movie to erase the only other X-Men movie that he didn't direct so he could tie all his movies together? Ultimately giving us hilarious memes like this that show us how ridiculous this timeline is. Is that who's running X-Men? Because if that is the case, I vote reboot, first starting with Bryan Singer, who I might add also directed Superman Returns, which was a boring ass movie. The thing that sucks is they won't reboot, not with Deadpool being so successful. Deadpool's success might just be the reason why you will not see the X-Men's rights go back to the MCU. Let's be honest, Deadpool would be terrible in the MCU. The only way that I see a reboot being possible is if Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy, and Jennifer Lawrence all decide to leave the franchise. Which is possible because apparently J-Law said that they're a package deal, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting not to like her. Plus, she was freaking herself 90% of this movie. Anyways, I give this movie 6 out of 10 juice boxes. Side note, if you didn't understand the post-credit scene basically hints at Mr. Sinister being the next villain in the X-Men franchise. Before I go, I just want to mention that I am filming my Q&A video for the 10,000 subscriber video tomorrow, so if you guys haven't got to ask a question or you have a new question you want to ask me, just leave it in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter with the hashtag AskJuice, and you might have your question answered in tomorrow's video. Anyways, you guys know I want to know what's going on in your brainsicles. Did you like X-Men Apocalypse? Do you think that they should reboot? Or are you holding out hopes that by some crazy miracle the rights will go back to the MCU? Let me know in the comment section down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your mutant buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, guys, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!